The sun never sleeps. Not in space, not 36,000 kilometers above our heads. It's always shining, uninterrupted, eternal. And now someone wants to capture that endless light, not on Earth, but in orbit. A solar power plant in space. This isn't science fiction. This is China's real plan to build a massive solar array in geostationary orbit, wide enough to blanket a city, and beam clean power down to Earth. It's a bold idea, risky, audacious, but if it works, it could change how the world is powered, forever. Let me take you on the journey. Welcome back, explorers of the future. Today we follow a trail that starts not in a lab, but in the stars. It's a story of innovation, energy, and ambition. A story where solar panels orbit the planet and light up cities below. We're talking about space-based solar power and how China is preparing to launch a 1-kilometer-wide power station into the sky. But how do you turn space into a power plant? Let's begin where all good stories do, with the idea. The idea has been around for over half a century. Why not collect solar energy in space, where the sun is always shining, and send it back to Earth? In the 1960s, scientists sketched out huge orbiting solar farms. They dreamed of beaming energy wirelessly across space using microwaves or lasers. But the tech was clunky, too expensive, too futuristic. So the dream sat on the shelf. Until now. Now, with new materials, better satellites, reusable rockets, and a desperate need for clean energy, the dream is waking up. And China is saying, we'll go first. The Chinese Academy of Space Technology isn't just building satellites anymore. They're building an energy revolution. Their vision? A solar power station in space that stretches a full kilometer wide. It'll orbit at 36,000 kilometers, locked above one point on Earth, collecting sunlight every second of every day. That energy will be converted into microwaves or lasers and beamed down to special receiving stations on the ground. They're already testing smaller versions. The first demo? Planned for 2028. If all goes well, the full station could be ready by 2050. Let's talk tech. Here's how this orbiting power plant works. 1. Giant solar panels unfold in space, collecting sunlight without clouds, nights, or weather interference. 2. The solar energy is converted into microwave beams or laser light. 3. These beams are transmitted to Earth, aimed precisely at ground stations called rectennas. 4. The rectennas convert the beams back into electricity and feed it into the power grid. No wires, no fuel, no emissions. Just pure energy traveling across space at the speed of light. But no revolution comes easy. Let's face it, this project is enormous and incredibly difficult. How do you launch a structure 1 kilometer wide? You don't! Not all at once. You send it up in pieces, hundreds of them, over months or years. Then you build it in orbit, using robot arms, AI drones, and maybe even astronauts. You need pinpoint accuracy to aim energy beams across 36,000 kilometers without missing. You need to protect the system from space debris, because one strike could tear through it. You need to manage extreme heat and cold, and engineer a system that can run for decades. This is the kind of challenge that only nations or empires attempt. So why even try? Because the reward is limitless. This station could generate clean power 24/7, no matter the weather. It could help countries cut emissions without burning coal or gas. It could bring electricity to remote regions, even disaster zones. without the need for fuel trucks or grid cables. And there's a deeper reason too. Whoever masters space-based solar power may lead the energy economy of the future, not just on Earth, but on the Moon, on Mars, and beyond. It's not just about saving the planet. It's about powering humanity's next leap. The countdown has begun. In 2028, China plans to launch a mini solar station to test the concept. If it works, they'll scale up, with bigger prototypes in the 2030s, and a full orbital station by 2050. Meanwhile, other nations, the US, Japan, the EU, are watching closely. A new kind of race is heating up, not for the moon, but for the sun. And this time, space itself is the battleground. This is the future unfolding above us. A future where satellites don't just send data, they send power. Where light captured in orbit can fuel the world below. Can China pull it off? Will other countries follow? And could space-based solar become the key to solving Earth's energy crisis? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, the future of power might just be out of this world. Like, share, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, is this the future or just a dream?